Hey everyone, I'm Amanda from Mandy Lynn Plans. Welcome back for another weekly plan with me. We are here to plan out the first full week in June, and that is the 3rd through the 9th, and this is going to be a completely pen-only spread. I'm not going to use a single sticker, and so I'm going to mainly be using my Beauty by Starlet stencils, and then I also have this Erin Condren one that I might pull in here and there. The bulk of it will be the Beauty by Starlet stencils, and I will have them linked down below. I have pre-planned for the week. We don't have a ton going on now that school is out, but several things to go ahead and plan for the week. Flipping back, this might not look too much differently than when I planned it in the last plan with me. I have not had a ton of time to come back and fill this thing out throughout the week. I am filming on Thursday. We just picked up my in-laws from the airport, flying in from South America, and so that was very exciting. I've just been super busy getting new releases ready and everything, so I have not had a ton of time to come in and plan. I do plan on back planning, which my husband gets a kick out of whenever I do that, but it's real life. Sometimes it just doesn't happen, and I thought about doing it before coming on and filming with you, but I wanted to show you real life, and this is real life sometimes. Haven't hardly filled anything in. So I will come back to this before the week is over, fill in the weathers and my water and the other things I have other things to put here. So anyway, not right now though, real life first. So yeah, this is going to be kind of a short plan with me. Since I'm only doing a pen only, I thought it might be fun to go ahead and do some really fun fountain pen inks. So go ahead and pick whichever one you'd like of these three I'm going to show you and put them in the comments below. Whichever one has the most votes will win for the week. So I wanted to go ahead and pick some shimmery inks. I will be using my black Tombow Mono drawing pen, and the first ink here is Firefly by Diamine, and it has some silver shimmer in there. So that's option number 1. Option number 2 is this Peppermint Candy. It has a little bit of a red sheen and then some silver sparkle as well. And then option number 3 is this Columbia Blue Copper by Diatramentis, and it is a dark blue ink with heavy copper gold shimmering in there. So go ahead and put down in the comments if you would like to see Firefly, Peppermint Candy, or Columbia Blue Copper, and go ahead and do that now just so you don't forget. I think it's really easy to forget once the plan with me is all said and done, but I really want to have a fun shimmery ink to go along with this boring black pen that I'm about to use. So no stickers, no washi, no calendar covers, no script stickers, nothing. Just me and my Hobonichi and my pen and my stencils. And really I could do this without stencils, but I'm not a very good drawer, and so I like to throw those in and just kind of use them more, I guess, as a crutch probably than anything, but just to have that to help me draw straight lines and things. So Tuesday is recycle, so I want to remember that. So I just did this little exclamation point, and Tuesday is probably the busiest day of the week. I have several things going on. I have an appointment at 9:30. Just a chiropractor appointment. I'm actually going to bump it up and put it just a little bit above. I am going to do a little shadowing here. So just moving my stencil down a little bit to give it a little 3D effect. And then we also have the library. We have a fun, they're doing a rhythm drum group is coming. This is the kickoff to the summer reading program at the library, and so they're going to have a lot of fun things going on. So this is the first one, and I'm really looking forward to it. Last year we were not able to go since my daughter was still napping in the morning, but she is not anymore, and we don't have baby yet. So that's very exciting. And then I have another appointment in the afternoon. It is not my favorite to have both my chiropractor and my OB appointment on the same day, but this week it is what it is. Oh, I did now just remember that I wanted to go ahead and use this little raindrop for my water. I have been really enjoying tracking my water intake. I don't think that there's enough space for 8 though. So what I'm gonna do is just 4 instead. So I'm gonna try and fit them in this little gap here between where the days are, the little headers that have the date and the day, and then where the grid starts. So they're not going to be evenly spaced, and that's one thing. I could be a lot more careful, and I could, really take a lot of time and try and get these to be perfectly spaced, but I'm not going to do that. That's one great thing about stickers, is that I can design them on the computer to be perfectly spaced and then put them in my planner. And just like magic, there they are. But stencils are fun too, because you just have to buy them once and then you have them and you can keep reusing them over and over again. I like being able to plan with both and kind of mix and match and go back and forth. So as I said, we did pick up my in-laws. Just got back from lunch with them. That was really fun. My daughter, we've been talking with them a little bit on over the phone, like with something similar to like FaceTime or Skype. And so I was curious to see how she would react to seeing them in person. She has seen them before, but she doesn't remember. She was too young. But she warmed up to them really well. And we show her pictures of them often and other family members that we don't get to see very much. And so I was really pleased whenever she just went to them really easily. Sometimes you never know how kids are going to react. So it was good. They didn't sleep at all, though, on the plane, so they're very, very tired. All right, so that is in, not terribly misspaced. I kind of went a little bit crooked here, but for the most part, it looks fine. Then we do have another library here. This is for her specific age group. This is called Lapsit. It is ages 0 to 2, and it's just like it sounds. They sit on our lap while we read and sing songs, and so that's for her specific age group. This one here is for everybody in the town or little community can come. And then we have payday on Friday, so I'm going to use this Erin Condren stencil again. I'm going to put it about the same hour space that I did for recycle. If I can avoid it. I am never up at 5. I will be again, I'm sure, with baby, and that's fine, but that is definitely for a season. So I never have any use for these as an actual timeline. These earlier hours, I usually start my day sometime around 6:30 or 7, and even then it's not things that I have to put in my planner. So that is just fine. And then we have a really exciting thing. My husband's birthday is on Saturday the 8th. He will be 33. So I'm going to do this little birthday cake. Just a fun little, and I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and leave the space. You know, on stencils how they have to have a space. But then I'm going to move the candles down so that they look like they're actually sitting on top of the cake and not floating really high above. And then the same thing with the flames. I'm just going to scooch it straight on down very carefully and then draw the flames up on top. So there we go. This can just be icing or something. I think I might actually even draw in the edges there so it doesn't look silly. That's one thing that bothers me with stencils. I understand that they have to do it, but the lines that are created in the middle there are not my favorite. And then we are on AV for church. I think I'm going to use this, might be kind of hard to see, this little fun box here. It is just a teensy bit too big, but that is just fine. Since it's a Sunday, it can kind of go into the margin a little bit without bothering me too terribly much. This is just a fun way to put a little bit of decoration in without having to do too much with these stencils. I don't know if this is a good idea for me to try and do the shadow here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, not too bad. And then that night we have at our church we call it snack. Sunday night after church. It's something that we do Sunday evenings in the summer. I think once a month or so is what we shoot for. It's just a time where we get together after the service and enjoy a snack together, as you would probably imagine. Yeah, so Sunday night after church, SNAC, and it's just a fun time of fellowship. So that is really the last thing that I need to put in my planner as far as the events for the week goes. I am still going to do my to-dos down here and then along this side as well. So I'm going to start here. I like to do a spot called Be Grateful every week where I come in and I write something each day that I'm grateful for. And if I don't do it on that day, I can come back after the fact, like what I need to do for this week, and just kind of fill it in. So I'm just going to use this nice big rounded rectangle here for that to kind of block it off. And then kind of put this closer on the top just to make it look finished and complete. And then I'm going to do the same thing for my meals. So I'm going to use the same header here. I'm not always good about sticking to my meal plan or even always making a meal plan, to be honest. But I do like to have a spot where I can put my meals once I've figured out what they are for that day, just so I kind of know what to expect. So there's that, Be Grateful and meals. And then gonna go ahead and do a spot for my to-dos at the bottom here. I'm going to start with the check boxes, and I like to do 5. So I'm going to start at the bottom and do 3, and then I'm going to move up and line up the bottom checklist box so that they're all evenly spaced. Like what I talked about earlier, it really bugs me when stencils aren't evenly spaced, and so I try and do little things like this to kind of help with that, and it's still not going to be perfect. See there, I was a little bit up further, and so it's not quite even, but that's okay. This is just a spot for me to have all of my to-dos in one spot. This is not these to-dos on these specific days. They have categories, and I will do that in a little bit and show you what I mean there. I have had questions if I try and do laundry, for instance. I usually have on the Monday little list here, and I do not do all my laundry on one day. That would be very overwhelming for me. I ignore the days at the bottom of these checklists, and they are just things that I need to do sometime during the week. They're not day specific, and I can come in and mark them off anytime I want. So just finishing up this last one here. Okie dokie. And then I'm going to draw a line, I think just right underneath this one here, this 22 or 23 and a half. So what's that, 1130? One thing I've noticed, and I don't know if it's the same with your Hobonichi, the lines don't always match up perfectly. Sometimes they're printed just a little bit off. I don't know if you've noticed that, or if yours is messed up too, or if it's just mine, or I don't know. But sometimes it does bug me just a little bit. I'm gonna put a little flag here just to kind of make it look a little cuter than straight lines. Give it just a little bit of a pop. These stencils are very functional. Stephanie from Beauty by Starlet has a YouTube channel if you need more ideas on how to use them. The ones that I have are specifically designed for the cousin, but she does have different sizes. I think she is planning in a weeks now, and so she has one for the weeks, and she has other just bullet journal ones with a lot of different boxes that you might need and all kinds of things. So definitely check out her shop if you are interested. I'm in no way affiliated with her or anything. I don't think she knows that I exist, but I do love her stencils. So I love sharing things that I use and love. And I should have moved those down a little bit more so that they hung over the top a little bit more, but that's okay. So that is really all that I have to do with you now. Please be sure to vote for your fountain pen ink, which one that you would like to see me use with this spread. Here again are the options: Firefly, Peppermint Candy, and then this Columbia Blue Copper. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time.